that is, well, then it's not community racing.
Correct.
It's URL racing, and it's just a racing game. It's
Correct.
not. It's
And you're
not
having to,
Upland.
yeah, you're having to offboard everybody off of the actual platform you're trying to make valuable, because that's where your property is at.
And so I said, if I ever, but I was also running into another issue of how do I monetize this concept and how do I create value around this concept, right? And as we know, sometimes working with Upland in terms of like trying to figure out how to do certain deals, outdoor decor, there's some challenges there. Then if you wanted to put advertising on the outdoor decor, right? So let's say you have a billboard and you want to put advertising inside Upland. How in the world would you do that? And how long would it take to get it approved? And what would what kind of things would you have to do? If it's in Unity, you control it all, right? And so I did want Unity for that purpose. And I even said to Martin, I'm like, if I wanted to just build my own Unity 2 racing game, it would actually be easier than trying to create a real community experience from Upland. Right? Because I could just do whatever I wanted.
Correct. Yes. Amen to that.
And so now what we're working through, and we've had some different kind of prototypes, we've had some conversations, and what we're working through, and I keep saying this now, is if you want to create a community-based experience that feeds off Upland, you have to blend layer 1 and layer 2. And you have to blend it in a way that makes sense. So what I want to do is I want to create the experience that people have in Upland when they go racing, but instead of being the Upland's Unity layer. So right now, Upland's Unity layer is cars.drive.upland. something.
Okay.
I would just be like URL.drive. Whatever. And so it's and so that's the difference, is that from the experience, I don't want a player to feel like they've gone and done anything different. Correct. Except maybe they went to a lobby, right? So, they have dev shops. I think you know about dev shops.
Yeah.
So dev shops are going to be like the lobbies for layer 2.
Yeah,
right.
Pretty much.
And so the drivers can go to the dev shop. Every track would then need to have a dev shop, and then, move in from there. And so there's a lot of functionality that I think Upland is trying to make available so the community can really engage. And it's really smart of Upland because it's the only way to grow exponentially.
Yes, it is.
To open it up and allow the community to build off of it, which comes to your platform concept.
Yeah. It weirdly, that's how I was able to understand Upland, is understanding Roblox, and because Roblox created a platform and had user-generated content fill the void, and now it's a marketplace.
And it's huge. It's one of the biggest.
It's huge. Yeah, and once they go, and part of their investor report when they went IPO was that they're going to open it up as a metaverse. It would immediately catapult to the front because they have, X number of thousands of, users creating content all the time, and has a robust marketplace for sure. And it'll be interesting to see when that happens, how aware along Upland is on that, because where I think Upland can equal it, honestly, is in the fact that our community is more robust than the Roblox. Now, Roblox has a following; they have a bunch of gamer followings, and the gamer community, and it's part of the overall gamer community. But
But Roblox was also Roblox was able to attract a generation developers, older developers, after they showed that there's money there.
Yes.
Right, because it was really a lot of young kids, and then using some basic kind of programming and everything. But very now some of the games in Roblox are really advanced, and I mean, my son plays a One Piece Roblox game that is amazing.
Yeah.
Right. I'm like, man, this is cool. Right. Now, imagine if Roblox had started with the type of individual that is normally older, has professional experience, tends to be a little more technical.
Yeah.
So that's where Upland is coming from.
Yeah. I mean,
right? And
we
so,
talked earlier about the talent that it was exhibited not only at the Las Vegas event through the hackathon, but from the team that you were able to get together with in URL and put that together, and then you talked to Texas AG and his experience with starting Upland Gaming and the Fantasy Legits League. So
I mean,
um,
that team is amazing
yeah,
with um oh shoot, I always get his name wrong. The guy who actually started and came up with the idea, but then they got, Ether, uh
yeah, Abstract and
Abstract, and
yeah.
uh Steve SRJ86,
Yep.
and oh man, I'm forgetting names now. Sorry guys.
No
Sorry
worries.
guys. But
Shout
it's
out
an
to the
amazing,
Upland
yeah.
Gaming team for sure.
I mean, and that's the thing is, there is a ton of really good talent. The problem is that a lot of the talent that's in Upland is all in UDN, and
Mm.
a lot of the folks that know that that's where the talent is has
Hmm.
already tapped. And many of these individuals have like three, four, five projects going on.
Oh yeah,
It's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah, exactly. And that's where I am starting to, and I think we can wrap it up here. Still talking about community. I've seen a lot of the new communities that are springing up. I let's say stand on the shoulders of Portage Park, right? Because that's really what got me into understanding what the community aspect, community building, engagement with all their NFT projects and design projects. And that's where I saw like, holy shit, there's some fucking talent here where these NFTs are actually exactly the kind of NFTs that I'm looking at on Open Space and Rarible and all these platforms as actual standalone works of art. So it's amazing that all of that is collectively working for this one group, and
And
so
Portage
now I
Park as a
see.
whole is
Yes.
I mean, they're massive, and they really have incorporated a very strong um, community leadership model. With I mean, I heard they just had their elected a mayor for Portage Park and
Yeah.
everything. I mean, they are I think the first super neighborhood project and group.
Oh no, for sure, for sure. I give him made mad props on that. Always, and we know where I was leading to it is that because of that, I've seen like all these new communities building out their servers and eventual websites and stuff like that, and projects to be in that vein, but to this next level where they've seen you create, and do what you did, organizing that kind of structure for an events based organization. They've seen what we've done at Board Uplander Club with a lifestyle based Red Hook, same thing, and all these other groups. So the new crop is going to be interesting to be able to integrate and assimilate as part of the ever growing and evolving. And it'll be funny to see how some of these older groups do evolve with everybody else, because they're coming in. Portage Park came in, let's say, or started to be the powerhouse that they are when Upland was in its infancy. They were
Yeah.
Fresno still, right, or just barely like out there
Well,
in the early days.
look at Portage Park, and then one of the newer neighborhoods that just kind of, in my mind, kind of took off. There's a couple, right? Creedmoor. I
Yeah,
love their themed kind of model. They really have committed, and because of it, they've gotten a lot of attention.
yep,
They have a very strong presence in how they
yeah,
present themselves and what they do. Howard Beach. I mean, I'm starting to see Howard Beach everywhere,
yeah.
right? It's
They
like,
caught me by surprise. Creedmoor, I figured was going to be a nice hit because everybody likes Halloween. It's the number one holiday, so or number two, I think, is right in America.
mhm.
And so, but the whole horror aspect is very kitschy and kitschy enough, and that's what humans love to be able to pinpoint an event, a community aspect to experience together. But what I blew me out the water was how immediately certain types of creatives were gravitated to it, right? Um, uh, Shaq and Lynn and her and everybody there. is of a certain type of um, creative that is very good at community engagement. The giveaways now are really cool. They got a quiz going on preparing for Halloween, um, and they even now have a full blown partnership with Upix World to develop a zombie horror related layer two for Upland in that Creedmoor neighborhood. So
Yeah.
yeah, kudos to them. Snaps. That's a good job on that. And you're right, these new cats are coming into the game already knowing what the game is potentially going to develop because the roadmap is starting to become more and more realistic. And with all of our bridging into it, right? Um, the other thing about Creedmoor that impressed me and you know, I'll shut up, is that how strong their NFT game was. They immediately connected or bridged Upland and the neighborhood there with their NFT projects of, you know, horror stuff. I know they have all kinds of great designs. And I'm excited because URL is definitely poised to do that too with the personalities now that we're looking to develop. We had a great unfortunately it didn't translate sound wise, audio wise, but the snake
The
has to be a
snake,
thing now.
TVL 125, shout out.
Yes. And also the whole concept of the venomous team or the venomous club or the
Yeah.
venoms. I don't know. We gotta
The
cut
five venoms. The
the
five
five
venoms, the kung fu
venoms.
stat.
The
Yeah.
five venoms.
Classic
I
kung
mean,
fu
like,
movie.
yeah. So you know, all of that is out there to be thought out, developed out. You know, and that's a great thing. It's about community experience and working with other people, humans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's, to kind of, I guess, bring it back full circle. To me, it's a game that engages the community
Yeah.
and it's evolving into a Web3 gamified platform.
Hey, that's even more labels, and I'll use all of it. It's a game that is developing. It's okay. I'll use it all.
But yeah, no, and the key, and I think you said it, and it's probably, and I do believe you were right. It will be a theme through all of your conversations with whoever you bring in, is community.
Mm.
You can't be in this space and not think about community.
Yeah, no, which is crazy because you know it's a decentralized space, but we're just so human that we centralize ourselves into even though
Well,
it's like little
no,
bubbles, it's still a little bubble.
but that's why actually community becomes so important because it is decentralized.
Yeah,
When it's top down, there's structure and it's
yeah,
hierarchy and everything else. When it's
yeah.
decentralized, it's a mob.
Yep.
Well, a mob can go many different ways. Community, it actually is productive. When it's just a
Correct.
mob, it doesn't go anywhere. And so that's
Correct.
why community is so important in this space.
Yep. Yep. I totally agree. Totally agree. All right. We'll wrap it up. Let me throw one more question out to you. Um, what's next for URL? What's coming up?
We're working hard on creating this URL Unity layer, and so that we can actually imagine being able to race in Creedmoor with Halloween ornaments anytime during dusk.
So you time it. Nice. Okay.
Yeah, so it's like a 6 p.m. race that just gets a little more spooky as you race.
Excellent.
Something like that, right? That is what I'm looking to do, and I've already talked to the Creedmoor leadership and everything, and they're all excited about it. Imagine being able to have a invitational where you can actually do skill-based racing on an upland track.
Mm, that's
That's what I'm
juicy.
talking about.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
what's coming for URL.
All right. All right. I'm excited. I'm very happy to be part of the project myself. It's been a super pleasure developing these tracks, coming up with business plans. It hits another lane that of the many that I've been able to find in Upland. And I appreciate
Well,
you and your team.
shout out. to you and your official URL NFTs, our new token,
Hey,
our new,
yeah,
what is it they call it? Tokenomics.
the tokenomics. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's gonna be fun. Finding utility plus real world applications like merch and actual probably real world events. We have a big following or usership in Los Angeles. I'm down with attaching some Long Beach Grand Prix tickets, y'all out there watching this video, to some of these URL NFTs so that you can have a real
Mm.
world fan experience of what racing, as Dak here is developing with his team, is going to be like in Upland. So thanks a lot, man.
Thank you.
Everybody else, come back next week probably for another episode of Philosopher's Stone, where we take big thinkers and think big. Thank you, everybody. Take care.